Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of JFC Hollywood and Friends. Ciao, Giulio, how are you doing?
Good, good.
Do you have
Hello.
something for us?
Yes, I do. I do. It's our weekly reminder. Bye. Our weekly reminder on how you pronounce correctly the name of the old lady, Juventus, with the U, not with the E. No, Juventus, Juventus. Welcome again.
That's it?
hmm
I
I
needed
kept
more
it short
time to
today.
send. Okay, yeah, okay, 1 year. Okay, so we are two different members for the JFC Hollywood today. We have Alessandro, we have Andrea. Ciao, Alessandro, ciao, Andrea. So,
Ciao voi.
since
Ciao.
we are everything but professional here, I'm asking you guys to introduce yourself and tell us why you are Juventus fan. I start with Alessandro. Alessandro is Canadian, right? So
Born in Toronto, but I am, of course, Italian. My parents are immigrants from Italy. I'm born to an area in Toronto that has a lot of Italians. Most people know of it in Canada. It's called Woodbridge. And, I've been a Juventus fan since 1994, since I was 7 years old. So at least that I can remember. And I got it from my parents. They're both Juventus fans. And I think, one of my first games that I remember was the Juve Fiorentina game where Del Piero gets that wonder goal in his first season.
wow,
That's a good one to remember.
My brother's named Roberto, and his favorite player was Roberto Baggio. I'm Alessandro, so Alessandro Del Piero looked good, made sense. So yeah, Alessandro Del Piero, one of my favorite players, but probably my real favorite player is David Trezeguet. Everything about him, I always loved it. Was always a real fan of his, and yeah. And we really miss players like that today. There's no real strikers like there used to be.
What about your favorite coach?
Favorite coach would be Lippi for sure, hands down.
And then we have Andrea. Andrea is one of the latest arrival for one of the latest signing on the JFC Hollywood. Okay, so and actually you've been living here in LA area just for a couple of months, right? So
yeah, that's right, Matteo. Hi guys, nice to meet you. I'm just moved from Italy late December, so it's about 5 months now. Yeah, when you have fun, time travel fast.
So, well, you're Italian, so maybe it's kind of different. But Juventus fan because otherwise, I guess your parents didn't feed you. Or
no. I'm a Juventus fan. I'm born and raised in Milan, but my father is from Alba, Cuneo. So, all my mother is from Alessandria. So, everything goes back to Juventus.
Piemontese doc.
Yeah, exactly. My
favorite player?
Favorite player is Fabrizio Ravanelli.
Wow, that's a cool one.
That's a
hands down.
good one.
And favorite coach, Lippi as well.
Fun fact. When I used to score and I was younger, I was cheering as Ravanelli with the jersey on my head.
Yeah, me too.
I love it. I love the celebration. Actually, I love the celebration. So, okay, thank you guys for being here. So, just some ground rules. So we're just here to have fun, not being serious, and that's it. So that just to pass an hour together and talk about what we like, what we love, Juventus.
Matteo, we've never said our favorite players and our favorite coach.
I was gonna ask.
Since today's the first time we're doing it, I guess we should share too.
Okay, go.
No, you go ahead.
My favorite player is really easy. Is Gianluca Vialli, and the second is not even close. Okay, but it was mostly for what he represented at the moment, because I was basically adolescent, I was a teenager, and the Juventus was kind of invincible. Okay. And Vialli, the determination, the grinta, the love for the game, the passion for the game, and his personality. I loved everything about him. I was happy when we signed him. And I know he didn't have 2 years. The first 2 years were quite difficult. But the last year was kind of magic. So, favorite coach? Oh my God. It's hard because I could say Lippi, I could say Conte because I love Conte and I guess anyone. And but I love I personally I love and admire what Allegri had done. So they're probably three the top three over there. So
Who top three? Conte, Allegri, and Lippi. So Trapattoni is out of the top three.
I was young with Trapattoni. I remember the second spell of Trapattoni, and it wasn't the best one. I've seen kind of glimpses of the first one, but really just a little bit. So I really didn't enjoy the Trapattoni era. I just watch it on YouTube and walk and how you say VHS, okay?
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
VHS.
Giulio?
Yeah, for me it's easy. I mean, Lippi, the coach. At least I think for this generation, it's difficult not to mention Lippi. The last coach who won Champions League. So, player Zidane. Can't help myself.
Boo.
I can't help myself with Zidane. Like I just love every touch that guy like did with the ball, like everything, like the way he moved, he danced on the ball. I mean, it's interesting. Nobody said Del Piero, by the way.
Right? You're right.
I would have said Del Piero before I came to Hollywood.
Oh, that's a hard one. We have Carlucci. Just want to make an impression right now. So
Del Neri, Zaccheroni, and Ferrara. Andrew says Zizou is my least favorite legend. You a legend.
And Andrea, no, this is Stefania, and Donato is Platini and Lippi. Well,
Platini.
yeah. Hey,
just I don't
Donato, you need to
remember.
be a guest. You need to.
Yeah.
You need to come.
Platini,
And,
I just don't remember him. I mean, I've seen videos that is like incredible, but I don't have an emotional attachment to the player because I never saw him play live, you know. So I dislike Zizou. You agree with Matteo. Matteo is not a fond either. But as a player, you guys can.
No,
as
I love Zidane. I agree
as
with
a
him.
player.
Truly.
As a player, is I think
I mean,
unbelievable. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I always wished he'd come back after he left. I thought maybe there was a chance somehow.
As a player, really?
No, yeah, like when in 06, I thought, okay, maybe he'll come because he was a free agent. He didn't retire right away. I thought, okay, maybe they'll sign him free agent. Who knows? Like he could still play on our team the way things were going for us in 06. So I kind of always wanted him back, but I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't have wanted him back at that
This is
point.
interesting. I always found Zidane ungrateful, but that's just my personal opinion. And Giulio knows there is a long list of ungrateful players.
yeah, which I don't even want to mention any, otherwise nobody will ever show up here. Just
Well, everyone always hated him from all the Juventinos I knew hated him because of the Champions League. That last game in the Champions League when he got the red card with us.
Who?
Zidane. Remember
he got a couple of red cards.
But there was that last Champions League game he ever plays for Juve. He gets a red card. I remember all the ones I knew in Italy, all the Juventinos in Italy always hated him for that.
But then everybody hated it. Then everybody loved him after the best red card of his career.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So I mean, you gotta love the guy.
Yeah, gave us a chance.
Yeah, I mean, about Zidane, Matteo shared with me something a couple of days ago, without saying where the information came from or anything.
Oh, okay, yeah. I really don't have any rumors at all, but this was brought to me, and actually I have 2 or 3 rumors today I can share with you guys.
Cool.
And they told me, and look, I'm telling you, I'm not an insider at all, okay? But they told me that actually Zidane offered himself to be the next coach. He was available to cut his salary. Okay, that's what they was told. But he was told that Thiago Motta already signed. So that's what they told me.
Don't tell me these things, Julio.
And actually, I don't like Zidane as well, no, wait, no, it's wrong. I personally think Zidane was a great coach with Real Madrid.
We just don't know him as a coach.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know him because we saw him with the stellar team and that was it.
That's it. We don't know
he's
capable to do with young players.
Correct.
With anything else that is not Real Madrid of Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And Modric and Kroos,
Right.
Bale,
I mean,
Ramos.
so it's
Not the
difficult to judge, and I'm not saying it's easy to win at Real Madrid with those players. They're coaches that haven't won, but it's really difficult to judge the guy,
And Stefania, for what people that know, she's the president of the JFC Salt Lake City. So, hi, Steffi. Always fun. And I was with her at the stadium 2 months ago watching Juventus Fiorentina. One of the few games we won in the last 5 months. But okay.
One of the last 2 games won.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
we need Montero there more often.
I guess I can start a GoFundMe.
Let's do it.
Well, but Alessandro, you've been to the Allianz Stadium, right?
Yeah. I've been there a few times, and I even met the Utah lady last summer. She might not remember me, but we were waiting to try to get autographs outside of Four Seasons. Was it? Where was it again?
Or Ritz-Carlton.
Ritz-Carlton. Sorry, Ritz-Carlton. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Andrea, have you been to the Allianz Stadium?
Yeah. A few times.
Okay.
I've been against Palermo when we celebrated Scudetto. I think it was the second or the third of Conte.
Nice.
And I've been several times in the Skybox as well. Because for my former job, I was invited there.
Ooh.
So
yeah, cool.
I've been there quite a few times. I've been to the Le Alpi as well. I've never been to Comunale.
No, neither do I. Been to the Le Alpi several times, never to Comunale, actually, yeah. And the Le Alpi, I probably seen all the Champions League semi-final we play over there, plus a bunch of other games. But yeah. So going back to what's happening right now. Giulio, you only once to the Allianz Stadium, right?
Twice.
Oh, yeah, you twice. Okay, so I beat you 3. Okay.
One time I went to Juventus when they celebrated the 5th, and I got the tickets on a website. I can't remember the website now. Viagogo. Yeah. And they were $200 each, and we got to sit in the not on top of the skybox, so it was a secondo anello, but we had all the amenities, and we got to like go inside and get like special food that they had and stuff like that the skybox people get to go to. And Pogba's mom was like near us the whole time, me and my wife, when I was there that time. So that was the only time I ever got to go in the skybox. That was really nice. And I think one time I went there for a JFC day years ago, so like 8 years ago, and they let us go into the skybox area.
Nice.
That was kind of cool. I got to talk to a few of the old Agnelli crew guys.
Now it's my time to brag. My first time at Allianz Stadium was Juve Atletico, so I'm gonna leave it like that.
Nice.
Good.
My last time was Juve Napoli with Ronaldo there, and they won.
That was a great game.
That was a great game.
That was a great game. Yeah, winning 3-0 and came back 3-3. Okay, so Mauro, don't start, please. Don't start. Okay. And so we on the day after the second to last game Juventus is gonna play this year, so it was a weird game. Can we agree it was a weird game? So, and we have Montero's new interim coach. Let's say that because it's gonna last another game. And then let me just start with how nice was when we tied the game and Montero started having the run, going to break. Oh my God, that was like a moment that I would like to cry, honestly, because I don't think he deserved to go out to have his first no, it's not professional bench, because I think he already coached another team. I think some days, if I'm not wrong. And but yeah, it was quite a good game. Yeah, we definitely were like not on shape to play, so we were down 3-0 against a team that basically was just waiting to celebrate his Champions League spot. Team that basically is playing amazingly for all the year, and then like that Chiesa had the spark, and we were able to tie the game, and almost we come back and win the game. So, but honestly, I wouldn't see that. Nothing in the game, and just said that we just had just one game to play, and then we had to wait 2 or 3 months for the next game. I don't know if you guys what you think about it. I'm gonna start with Alessandro. So what do you think about the game?
Oh, I thought the game kind of went how I thought it would, where he's going to need to get his bearings, feel the team out. Felt like it took him about 60 minutes before he kind of started to get the team to move a little different. I think after the third goal is when the team kind of started to maybe wake up a little bit, except for a few guys, but then he substituted those guys, and I think the things started to change. But at the same time, Bologna took out all their best players too, so it's hard to judge the comeback as nice as it looked because Bologna took out so many guys. It's just the only thing I take away from it. It just looked really nice to see Chiesa and Yildiz move freely for once. It felt like they looked unchained compared to how we've seen them all year, and that was just really nice. So that gives you a lot of hope for next year, and maybe the people who said, these guys aren't as bad, you just need a new coach, maybe they might be right because of the things like that. But then there's some guys that we know just have to go. They just can't stay anymore.
Just some?
There's a few. There's probably like 5 or 6 for sure.
Andreas, were you able to watch a game? I guess you were at work, right?
Fun fact, I was on Mondays, I usually would work from home. Yesterday, I got to go for an orthopedic visit, and I took my cell phone with me, and I was watching the game while waiting.
Nice.
The first 3 goals, I would say it's like the right consequence of what has happened a few days ago. So it was normal, I would think. But then I was really curious to see what Montero told them between the first and second half. And I've seen a good reaction and some players that really belong to Juventus and wanted to play and like show that they can do a comeback. And that's what I did. So finally, I was happy to see the game. Let me say that. Yes.
Okay, Giulio, you want to say something?
Yeah, to me, I mean,
finally, I like that you have the headset today. Finally,
glad I noticed since it's the second time I already have it. Good.
I'll have him next.
You noticed.
Okay, you should do details.
To me, it was a fun game, but it was in a way like more luck than anything else. I mean, we really were awful till minute 75.
Yeah.
Wouldn't save anyone till that moment. Then we scored because they made a mistake defensively. We scored the second one, beautiful free kick, but again with the deflection from a defender, and the third one again an interception from a mistake again from the defender. Like the three isolated things that happened in the last 15 minutes. Not because we started playing beautifully, we created I don't know what. So it was a fun game to watch. Didn't really mean anything. I just don't want to hear saying, "Oh, see, we finally are playing," because we have tridente, front there. That wasn't the case. I mean, Allegri did it a couple of times when he was losing 2-0 with Cagliari, when he was losing with Sassuolo. Montero was losing 3-0, put everybody in 2, hoping something happened. That happened, It was fun. I'm glad we didn't lose. It would have really hurt to lose that badly, 3-0. So I'm glad they somehow managed to not lose. They hadn't lost in Bologna since the end of the 90s. So, but that's it. Now let's see what they do next Monday, next Sunday. I mean, Saturday, whenever it is.
Saturday.
They still have a slim chance to make it to the third spot. It would be nice. So I hope they.
But now we are tied with Bologna, right?
We are tied with Bologna, so they don't have to win, and we have to win in order to make it. Because Atalanta. Yes.
If Atalanta win the last 2 games, if they end up third,
Atalanta ends
between
up
us
third.
and Bologna, we is 4th and 5th.
Yeah, but if Atalanta wins the final tomorrow, if they do actually win the final tomorrow, I highly doubt that they're gonna not end up 5th. because if they win the final, they end up fifth. Roma makes it to Champions League, and they're gonna do.
That's right.
So I really doubted then the last game with Fiorentina, they're gonna fight like crazy to win it if it would mean for Roma to make it to Champions League. I mean, I think PGC would kill somebody if that happened. So
well, hopefully they're gonna win tomorrow.
I mean, they're good. They're similar teams actually. Leverkusen, Atalanta, young players, young coach meaning. No, coaches that know how to make young teams play well. So it's gonna be a good game.
That would be if they lose. That would be the fourth final that Gasperini lose. 3 Coppa Italia final and now an Europa League final. That would be tough, I think, on him. And definitely tomorrow they're not the favorite. No. Leverkusen are like they're like on fire right now.
How can Atalanta be ever favorite when
they were favorite last week against?
But that was against us. That's
kind of.
They never lost a game the entire season, Leverkusen. So
no.
Finger crossed, maybe.
Yeah. So I mean, Montero, I wish him well, but thank you. Goodbye. See you in a few years, I guess. We'll see. I don't know.
Well, I had no idea if you heard about what happened before the game. Is start giving like the pre-game speech.
Yeah.
And he had to stop because he felt emotional, so he had to stop the pre-speech. So I think like coming from Montero, the way the player we knew that how he was in the pitch is like quite like a lovely to hear this and kind of romantic. Okay, so and then the only 2 things I would like to take away from yesterday is Nicola Fagioli start playing again, and we see which kind of player he is because. Don't jinx it. Oh my God, we already.
Hey, you said the last time, don't jinx it. He came in, he played well. We scored because he came in. So you're the fucking black cat. Here it is.
It was brought to my attention as a feedback. We say too many bad words.
Whatever.
Okay.
That's my feedback.
Okay. And it was nice to see Fagiolino play. And I don't know how to put that, but we definitely missed that kid. We definitely missed that kid. It's like I'm not even go with Pogba because you guys are gonna make fun of me, okay? But it was definitely nice.
I'm the one that jinxes it, by the way. Pogba dead. Oh, I'm for De Sciglio dead. Everybody. Dude, just you do not talk. Listen to me.
Look, I tell you.
Huh?
Carlucci, but you were invited. You never say yes, and then you're gonna participate in that live.
Because he wants to be there to bust our chops. That's why he does it on purpose. Otherwise.
So now, still, I have no idea why they played the Europa League final before the Conference League final. So but that's like some things, my personal thing. So. We see Montero, okay, so we need to talk about the former coach and then talk like right now and then stop forever because let's turn the page and move forward because I think it's time. I'm tired of all the talks going back and forth, one side and the other. I think the only thing we should focus on now is just cheer and support Juventus, and I'm gonna leave it like that. I know we have with Alessandro, Andrea. I don't know you that well. I know that I get for what I get. You were really a fan on Allegri maybe time ago, and now we were kind of like tired, right? So I'm gonna start with Andrea this time, so you can explain what you're feeling. So.
I will be forever thankful to Allegri for what he has done until 2019. He had to manage a tough situation last season, but really I was tired on how he has his team playing, like technically, and I was looking forward to have a new coach since day one he joined. That's my point of view. And second thing, I would also say I watched your first live, and I fully agree on what Giulio told on the first live. He has been so much divisive with the fans, and we have completely missed the point to support Juventus. And I've never seen Juventus fans fight each other in this way. and I think it's bad for the team. And last but not least, I also say Allegri could be a great manager, but since I work, I deal with communication every day. He had lost the point on how to communicate in the right way. I would say every single interview, he comes back to himself rather than like focus on the play, and that's something I didn't like. So I'm really happy that now we have fresh air. Whoever will come, it may fail, but I will be the one that now I'm having back the will to watch a game again, which is something I lost like a few months ago.
And just to complete what you just said, and you will be okay with if Motta will be the choice, or would you pick? You have like another dream signing for a coach?
I didn't watch so many games of Motta, so I don't really have an opinion on him. I've seen few highlights on how Bologna plays. It seems right. But I also have to say Juventus next year has to face a lot of competitions. And we need to understand if this kind of manager is able to like use his resources in a right way, and like divide and conquer, let me say. And also he will have a different range of players, which are not like young players, which are not players that didn't win anything, because he will have on his team like very different players from Bologna, and it will be hard to like make a strong group, and we will see. So I don't have an opinion. I would like him. It's okay to me. I've heard a lot of Conte possible coming back. I don't know. Really,
You would be okay with Conte if Conte coming back, or no?
I mean, what is done is done, I would say. I'm okay if it's coming back, but I don't know if it's the right decision at this point of history.
Question for you. Let's assume the roster stays the same, right? Same players. It won't, but let's say same players, and now Motta comes, or Conte comes, or whoever comes. What are the expectations for Juventus next year? What is reasonable? What would be reasonable to expect in terms of goals, objectives?
I would say, Juventus fans they easily forget the past, let me say. So every season when it starts, we want to win every competition. I would like definitely to have a comeback in Scudetto, like badly. But minimum we would be ending up like past the first leg in Champions League, and I really want to see Juventus go further as much as it can on the Club World Cup, which is a new competition. And in that competition, I don't know how it's structured, but I would like to see how it's facing all the other biggest teams, because Champions League, you get at least 2 strong teams in the first leg, but then that's it. I really want to see how we keep up with the rest of the biggest team that the World Cup has. But my main goal for next season really is not to win something. I really want to see Juventus play good football. That's my main goal.
Okay.
So before asking Alessandra, Mauro said that you cannot transplant a coach and magic happen, and I agree, of course. Yes, sorry if he failed the Juve, but for a lot of reasons that we don't have to go over right now. I think Sarri was guilty, the management was guilty, and the player were guilty. I don't think he was given like a fair shot, and then in the situation.
But he won a Scudetto.
But he won a Scudetto in a
He
Coppa
won.
Italia final. Yeah.
He
And
won.
then we can definitely disagree or agree on how we won the Scudetto. But yeah, at the end, we won the Scudetto. You're definitely right. And the moment that we picked Sarri, probably it was one of the greatest coach in Europe. We hard to deny that. Then we can talk about the person, and now he
He didn't have the team.
Yeah.
He didn't have the team
Correct.
built for what he needed.
Yeah.
In fact, he went to, where did he go? Chelsea, and then went ahead and won the Europa League.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
It's not that he doesn't know how to win. I mean, see, but it goes back to what we've always said about Allegri. It's not about knowing how to win. You need to have the team built around what you need as a coach. And
I think I like what Giuseppe said. The last thing I want to do is defend Sarri, okay? But I think if you pick a coach that's so divisive, like as Sarri, that was in that moment at time, okay, you need to defend him, okay? So, and I think the management did it.
Disappeared again.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I don't want to defend Sarri, and let's move on. So, because I want to hear Alessandro right now. So, go ahead, Alessandro.
Well, I feel a lot the same like Andrea. I wasn't for it the minute they signed him. It's just a personal thing. I didn't want him at the time. At the time, we had a really good roster, and I felt that we just needed to get over a hump. I would have stuck with Pirlo, but if you're going to go sign somebody for that type of money, I thought they should have dreamed bigger and gone maybe for Zidane at that moment, and maybe he could have gave us the extra push. I think Allegri at that moment, his ideas were still stuck in like 2015. And I think that's kind of what we saw the last few years. And soccer's evolved. Even in these last 5 years, soccer's not the same as it was in 2015. So, and then personally, as someone who was a journalist, graduated from journalism school back in Canada and worked in papers, it's, come on, we don't threaten journalists, and at the same time, you guys are new to North America, but Italians in general, we have a stereotype for being mafiosos and being threatening. And, that kind of goes with it when you're saying the things that Allegri allegedly said to the Tutto Sport guy. These just aren't things you say. And it's also like, last time I checked, Tutto Sport always defended Juventus. If it wasn't for Tutto Sport, we wouldn't even have the Morata tapes. We wouldn't even have.
To be fair with Allegri, they already define everything. They already in good terms. Let's say it like that. Yeah.
Sure. But I'm just saying that's why for me that was the brutta figura. That was worse than anything Sarri ever did. If Sarri had to go for, bestemia here or there, then I think it was kind of like, well, Max, you got to go after this, and there's just cause. You can't be threatening people that type of way. It's just, and again, I'm a former journalist, but it's just, these aren't something you do in these things. So, but I loved Max. I was in Berlin. I don't know if you guys know this. I was in Berlin for the final.
Way, really?
And yeah, I don't like to talk about it too much, but I always tell the story that I told my wife, like if Allegri and Juve win that game and on that day, I'm like, we're gonna name our first kid Max. That's how obsessed I was with Max at the time. But
Alessandro, I love you. Stop going watch final because you want to watch a final, the Berlin final, and you went to Scottsdale, Arizona to watch a Super Bowl. So please don't go anymore.
No, I can't. It's true. Although I always feel like I gotta have my rivincita, But
hopefully.
Cardiff was bad for me. I think that's when I stopped liking Allegri because I just never understood why he started Dani Alves as a right wing. He's never done that his whole career. To do it against Real Madrid, it made no sense.
Because the team was done. They didn't have anything left in the tank.
So I think for me, I was always ready to move on from Max at that point. But I thank him for everything he did until then. But, since I would love somebody with new ideas, new things. And I'm glad that we're there. And like you said, too, like we have to support Juventus. And we can't be this divisive. We all wanted Giuntoli so bad, so let's support him and let's let him get his man and let's root for it. I don't like Motta. I hated him as a player, but, maybe it'll make the Interistas even more mad if he wins with us the same way it made me mad when Conte won with them. So, it's the only benefit from it. I would personally prefer De Zerbi over.
Yeah, but if you remember when Max joined the first time, like vast majority was against him.
He
was coming from Milan, and we hated him. Me personally as well. I would say hating Conte more because he left with no reason. But then I remember a lot of fans hated
They were
Monte
throwing
as well.
tomatoes at him.
It's
True story. They were throwing tomatoes.
true.
So
It's
there
true.
is Mauro having a question for us. And do you see similarities with the Montezemolo year management wise, choices wise? I fear it's repeating. Well,
Maybe last year felt more like that. Because this year we got a trophy. We didn't get any trophies in those Montezemolo years. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a difficult year for. It was a difficult year for everyone. I think that they hadn't made up their mind until a few months ago, until January or February. I don't think they knew to do with Allegri. And then the way they managed the last few months, yes, they could have done better. But on the other end, we don't know what would have happened if they would have done it differently. Meaning, would have been Allegri motivated enough to win the Coppa Italia? Would have I don't know. We don't know how the repercussions on him and the team. So all I know is that we achieved for me the goals that were set for this year, and that makes it right. Makes right on what Allegri did. Makes it right what the management did. Makes it right on everything. So in the end, we won the only title we could have won this year. So let's see what they do next year. I mean, it's too soon. It's too soon to judge. Too soon. I mean, Giuntoli hasn't even started doing anything. He just started, I feel, having now the power actually to make decisions.
Yeah, I would
Andrea?
say that now it's uncomparable, but I do see that something is moving. Like first move was to bring back Calvo. Second move to have Giuntoli. Today they split with Manna, so Manna went away. So something is happening. There's a cleanup going on, I think. But the president at this point, it's really not that much interested in Juventus, or at least it doesn't seem so. But let's see.
He doesn't understand football.
Exactly.
That's the difference. It's not that he's not interested. His role is completely different than what Agnelli would be. Somebody that understands finance, somebody that understands business and football, right?
Yeah.
Which is what Marotta knew how to do, which is what Moggi knew how to do, and hopefully is what Giuntoli should be. So it's a different figure, this president.
I don't know last year if the decision from Elkan family was to put these guys like as a, I don't know, quick replacement to Agnelli, just because they don't know what to do. But I totally agree with you, Giulio. He doesn't understand football. Hopefully, Giuntoli now has the full power that Elkan told he has. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I guess we need to give Giuntoli a fair chance at the moment. So he was the chosen one.
Yeah,
they
isn't that
came
anything
over.
yet?
I think actually I disagree with you guys. I think the choice to part ways with Allegri was taken probably a year ago. Okay, but yeah, look. Let's see what is going to happen, because at this point he's a chosen one, and actually I'm here on the bed talking with you guys, so I guess they didn't choose me. So,
Alessandro, what about you? What are the minimum base goals for this team next year?
I mean, me personally, I really want a good showing at the World Cup, because it's like, it's like I was saying a month ago, it's like the super moon or the blood moon or whatever. These are so rare that especially us people from here who've loved Juventus, that we're going to get them here playing for a trophy that matters. So, we want a really good showing. And I think that's why I really wanted the Allegri switch, was I just felt with maybe with someone else, we might have a better chance in the tournament. But at the same time, because there's so many games now, the way that Champions is structured, and unlike what Andrea said, I don't know if you're familiar, Andrea, with the new structure of the Champions League, but you're not just going to face two good teams. You're going to face more than two good teams. you have to play 8 games, and it's divided up a little bit more spread out. So
that's right.
This team to play in next year's Champions League scares me where it is right now. Even if it's a new coach, whatever. So I hope there's going to be the right changes made. I believe in Giuntoli. So far, I've not liked the things he's done either. You know, like I don't know who the heck Alcaraz is or Chalo or Chago, whatever. They haven't really impressed me, and they seem like they cost a bit of money. So, you know, I'm not feeling great about what I'm seeing, but I'm hoping this summer he'll change my mind, and there'll be some really good moves, and we'll be competitive throughout the year. But I'm just hoping by the tournament we can really do something. And actually, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the tournament. You only play 2 games. They're split into groups of 3, and most likely we won't play a European team in that 2 games. So really,
they're not going to be like a group of 4?
No, it's going to be group of 3s. It's really weird the way the format is. But it in a way, it gives us a better chance to at least make it out of that group. And I'd hope before we end up losing a Cruz Azul or something. But
no, please, everything.
Club America.
If we lose against a Mexican team, I need to move.
Right. But you know, so I'm hopeful for that tournament, Julio. If anything, I really hope for that tournament where we've worked it all out throughout the other tournaments. Even if we do bad in the Champions League, even if we don't compete for the Scudetto, I hope by the time that tournament's there that they're ready to do something and try to like save the season. And if they end up being competitive all season, then that's a blessing. That's amazing. We'll have a good time at the watch parties.
I go the other way around with you guys. As a supporter living in the US, sure, that tournament would be amazing. But if I look at how it would affect the following year, I want them to do well during the year. If I had to pick something, I would prefer them doing better during the year. I want them to get top 4 again, minimum. I want them to make it to the round of 32 of Champions League, minimum, you know, and then like obviously Coppa Italia. I think these are the minimum objectives. I don't know if they can win next year because with 5 competitions, because there is also the Super Coppa in Arabia,
Saudi Arabia.
In Saudi Arabia. So with 5 competitions, a new coach, and these players, at this point I don't think we can win. Again, I want to be reasonable. Like I think I was reasonable with this team and Allegri. So I don't think we could win anything. Anything we win would be like, whoa, maybe Coppa Italia again. But minimum top 4 and minimum round of 32. So after the group stage with the Champions League, money-wise, I'm talking here, meaning so you make more money.
Absolutely.
It's not kind of sad that now the fan become mostly a lawyer or like somebody that need to be expert like in marketing and.
Okay, so we need to win the Scudetto. We need to win Champions League.
Thank you.
There we go.
There we go.
Reasonable.
Another question, but don't you think that the new formula for a Champions League kind of like make more difficult for a team like Dortmund or even like Juventus, because right now we're not probably in the top tier of the European teams to make the final, because right now we're gonna have like there is 20, I think it's 24 team, right? The first 8 they're gonna play, they go straight to the round of 16, right?
Yeah.
And then from the 9 to the 16 they play, basically they're gonna play the round of 32.
9 to 32.
No, 9 to 16.
No, 9 to 24. Sorry, 9 to 24.
24. Sorry, you're right. 9 to 24.
9 to 24.
Yeah. So I think it can make it like more difficult, because right now you make out of the group stage, you get like a kind of like let's say a lucky draw, because look, last year Inter got to the final beating Porto, Benfica, and Milan. Let's just say that it wasn't a difficult path, right? No, Milan got to the semifinal beating Tottenham and Napoli, so it wasn't that difficult. I can say,
right. So I think the other format allows more luck than this one. I think this one you play more games, so the stronger teams playing more games eventually come out. Then just you're lucky you were matched up with Porto at the quarter of finals.
It's gonna be more difficult for like a smaller team.
Oh, smaller team, you were saying. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I think Bologna, they shouldn't be celebrating so hard. Yeah, great. It's great they got money for the entrance fee, but it's probably going to be at least 6 losses out of 8, especially if they sell that
They don't
team.
care. It's money for. That's all it is for them.
It's
I guess
money.
so.
Yes.
I mean, they're gonna get what 50 million, 40 million just because they qualified. Well, they're gonna do mercato for 3 years.
So Alessandro, no, sorry, Andrea. Sorry, Andrea. Would you sign?
Who?
Who would you sign? What player would you got? Who would you go? Let's three player that you get rid, and who you bring in.
So the first one, I'm lucky because he's going away pretty soon. It's Alessandro.
Okay.
The second one, De Sciglio, definitely. Third one, let me say Ken. Yeah, this season it really pissed me off so many times. That's my top 3 at this moment. But I can go on if you want.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, just go down the list. Can't go wrong.
And who would you like to see as a new player? Like reasonable. Don't tell me Modric, Kroos, Haaland, and De Bruyne.
I mean, Modric could be possible. He's a free agent, so why not? An uptent could be done, but he's old. I would say Kefren Turam would be a nice one to have in our team. And I would say we need a very strong left back instead of Alexandro. I don't have any name in mind, but I hope for the best in that position because we are struggling a lot. I really hope Bremer doesn't go away, even though it's one of the few with some mercato. And let's see. Also, I hope that Szczesny stay. I know.
You need to tell them to the guys over there. Wow, the Szczesny.
You don't like it, Giulio?
For me, it's like it doesn't make any. It doesn't tip the scale like much. You know, he makes good saves. He makes mistakes. So
yeah. I mean, it's not
one of those like, oh yeah, we need to keep.
And
if he goes, it's fine. If he stays, all right, that's fine. But it's not. I mean, it's one of the worst goalies we have had because we've had exceptional goalies in the past 50 years. In the past 50 years, if you put it in with what we have had, the history of Juventus, Szczesny, no one.
Yeah. And let's assume the rumors said that we need to get rid of one of our biggest players. So the biggest player, Chiesa, Vlahovic, and Bremer. If you had to sell one, who would you sell?
I would sell Bremer.
Okay. I agree with you.
Also, let me say, guys, I need to say this. Every fucking mercato session.
No swearing.
Berardi name comes up.
Oh my god!
Oh, Jesus.
Mercato omologato.
Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you this. This year, for 12, 13,
we should buy him.
I will get him
million.
because we need a fourth person who play on the wings. You know, we have Chiesa, we have Sule, we have Ildiz. I will get Berardi, you know, to be the bench of Chiesa and Ildiz for 10 million. They will look good.
Beppe,
but
I love Freuler. What are you talking about? Oh,
Pepe, you don't even know where Downey is.
Yeah, well, Julius is right here. Okay, yeah, because he lives like on the cool spot of LA. You know, we have a request for Billo. Billo is working. Maybe it's Billo, but okay.
But let me finish by saying I would like to see what happened with the first season of Conte, where we signed like those unknown players.
Yep.
That we could,
and we signed a bunch of players.
Yeah, that we could like grow and see shine. Yep. I really hope for that.
Alessandro, who you get rid of? Who you bring in? And if you need to sell one between Chiesa, Bremer, and Vlahovic, who would you sell?
I'd probably do Bremer too. There's just been times where I don't feel like he's all the way there. Like there's times where he's incredible and he looks like he could be, you know, the next Jaap Stam or something. But at times he's, you know, just like we saw yesterday, 2 of the goals, he's just standing. And he does that sometimes where I'm just so confused where like his lapse of concentration are. So if it had to be one of the 3, I'd say Bremer. But you know, Chiesa can go too for the right price, honestly, because he's so injury prone. But Vlahovic, you know, like I was saying earlier about loving Trezeguet, it's like there's not too many pure strikers in the game right now. So I don't think you should give that up so easily, especially when they're young too. And then in regards to selling, like we don't have to go through all 3, but I just got to say, like right away, I'm with Julio. Tech has to go for me. You know, maybe we've been spoiled with always seeing great goalies. For me, it was Tacconi first, then Peruzzi, then Van der Sar, then Buffon, and now it's this garbage. It's like it's kind of ridiculous, and his salary is high. And maybe the rumors are true. We're gonna get Di Gregorio over there, and I don't know. Hopefully, he'll be really good. He seems all right most of the time, like especially against us. He's always standing on his head. But you know, so Tech has to go for me. I'd have to get rid of him. I'm not even going to list Alexandro because I'm sure he's already gone. And probably I'd say Locatelli. And then I guess, sadly, Keane. But I always liked Keane. So I'm also hopeful with Keane if the right coach was there, maybe somebody can bring out those 20 goals out of him that Bilo told him he was going to score.
Yeah, the problem with Keane, I'm telling you, it was me, Giulio, and Bilo together wishing him good luck.
Yeah.
We kill him.
You guys jinxed him. Yeah,
we jinxed him. And which player you will bring in?
Probably
like
Thuram kid. You know, I bring in Calafiori for sure. Everything we've seen from him looks amazing. I don't watch too much Bologna, but every time I do, he's always been playing amazing. And then I don't know. Everything else would probably be like fantasy soccer at that point. I don't think it would be guys we probably could get. So I don't know. Just bring back Soulé and Hussein. Soulé looked amazing all year. We probably should have had him here. Probably not. He wouldn't have made a difference, but you know, it's probably better for him. He was over there. And yeah, that's probably who I'd say.
You have another question here.
It's also saying depends. I mean, it depends. How is it? The question is, how did it do at Roma?
But since Mourinho left, I don't think he almost never got on the pitch, honestly. So
yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's difficult to evaluate.
Is Brescia going to be a free agent, Mauro?
Yeah, he is. There's a lot of midfield free agents this summer. A lot of good midfield free agents. Juve should probably look into 1 or 2 for sure.
And by the way, Luis Alberto was I was going to say Luis Alberto for the mid.
Yeah, he'd be great.
Yeah, but you need to pay him.
It's like
he just got a new contract. You think Lotito is gonna end up?
Yeah, but you need to exploit. You need to exploit those situations like Lotito does. Like, you know, we need to be able to exploit those fractures. I mean, Luis Alberto said, "I want to leave. I don't want to stay." So you need to you need to use those situations. After a player says that, you can, you know, expect to be paid. I don't know how much you can expect to pay the team out. So you need a good.
Lotito is the president.
Okay, and then he can say what it is.
Yeah, but doesn't Lotito have good relations with Juve now?
No,
like before.
No, I think Lotito would never have an issue having Luis Alberto cut the grass in his own yard if he doesn't get the right price.
I don't know because then you depreciate even more. I don't know.
Well, he did do that with Savage, so who knows? He could do it with Alberto again.
I don't know.
If they did get Alberto, it would remind me something like Andrea was saying, where we need to do the signings before Conte. It's like when they got Pirlo for Conte. I feel like you get Luis Alberto, that's like getting Pirlo at the same time. Yeah, he's about 34 years old, Luis Alberto, but he'd probably still do a lot for us, at least for 2-3 years.
We said Ederson from Atalanta would be a good one. I mean, again, I don't know how these people will play with Juventus. So I think actually we have some good prospects in the team. So hopefully the new coach will be able to have them play. I mean, with Fagioli back, we already like increased the quality by like 30%, you know, of the mids. So let's not forget that.
Would you keep Rabiot or not?
No, not at all.
I mean, somebody that every year you need to deal with is leaving in June, and now he's going to ask every year more. And that, I mean, come on.
If he decides to stay for 3 million per year, he can stay.
And you need to pay this guy 8 million. I mean,
I don't think he's.
I totally agree with you. Its time is up. Where you?
Hey, the
Juventus.
game he had at the Coppa Italia final was unbelievable to me. Okay, he was basically
when he's motivated, that's what he can do.
Yeah,
when he's motivated,
we see what he did. And probably he's not. He got injured, I guess. Hopefully, that was the last game he played with us, and because out of 5 years he stayed with us.
Yeah.
He played what?
Yeah.
1 year,
about
6 months.
But
at that price, and
he's that kind of player that he does 1-2 game at his top, and then
I feel that it's matter of motivation. I feel that if he's competing for something, he's a beast. You know, that's the feeling I get. Big games, he comes out. You know, the final comes out. All the other games is just like prancing on the field.
his
like
athletic abilities is like
he's a beast. You know, so right now probably doesn't fit for what we're gonna do, which is like, you know, we're building, we're playing, we're learning, and maybe it's not right for this right now.
And they're probably gonna do. Everyone says Montero's gonna do a 4-4-2. I thought Montero was gonna do a 4-4-2. I don't think Rabiot is really the type of midfielder to put in a 4-4-2. I think he starts to become a little bit of a liability at times because he's too forward. In a 4-4-2 formation, so maybe it wouldn't be best for us to have someone like Rabiot.
I hope they do a 4-3-3, to be honest with you. But
I hope you're going to win games.
Huh?
I always play my team, my junior varsity team. I always play with the 4-2-3-1, and I was asked by one of the players, "Hey, coach, why we don't play a 4-4-2?" I said, "What is the difference between a 4-2-3-1 and a 4-4-2? Zero. It's the play. It depends how you're gonna play it."
Yeah.
You really think we play 3-5-2 right now? No, we are not playing for 3-5-2 because most of the time we are defending 4.
Yeah, or in 5. They're defending in 5. Yeah, 5-3-2. Really.
But okay, so do we have? So we already talked about the Europa League final. That I guess everybody agreed. Hopefully, Atalanta is gonna take it tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna root for them. Let's see. And hey, another thing I want to ask, and then we can go. There is rumors that say that the Fagioli might be called for the Euro Cup.
I mean, based on what?
I agree.
Well, maybe they give him experience, right?
I mean, because Zaniolo is injured and now he really doesn't have many. Maybe it is lucky if there's nobody with like a national team that is the most ridiculous national team since 1796, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like I've never seen anything this bad. So everything is possible, and Spalletti might be desperate, but it will start the tournament with just everybody going at him. Do you deserve to go? You know, just play the game. Blah 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 blah. You know, I don't know if Spalletti wants to do that.
Well, don't they have more spots now? It's like 32 spots.
26.
But I want to say one more thing before we go. Last game, and it's time to dream and dream big.
Oh,
I'm scared.
Pinsoglio.
Andrea, there is a story about with that T-shirt, with the jersey.
It's signed, Andrea.
It's signed.
It's signed.
Nice. I think Pinsoglio, he has the time of his life. I mean, he didn't play basically any match. He met with the best players possible.
Yeah. He was Ronaldo's best friend.
Yes.
Like,
So everybody dream. Why I have to dream to be a Ronaldo when I can be a Pinsoglio? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there is like a billion reasons between why you want to be Ronaldo. Literally.
Yeah, I agree. Look, but your life will be so busy if you were Ronaldo because
Pinsoglio, he gets to walk the streets. He's fine.
Yeah, no pressure.
Exactly.
A lot of
Once Julio's on that street, Pinsoglio's fine.
I know. Yeah, it was.
I loved it. I chased him down. Like yelling from the stands, Pinso. He had promised me before when he walked in. I was like, "You need to sign the jersey." He was like, "I'll come later." So the training was done. He was leaving. I was from the stands, like yelling and screaming like a madman toward him, and then eventually looked at me, and he came.
You were
I was
lucky.
like, dude,
You were not escorted out.
yeah, but I got what I went for. You know,
Saved a few penalties in that jersey.
and he was who somebody wrote it. There was the MVP
Yeah, Mauro.
in the friendly game, Mauro. So
Okay,
hey.
guys, we're on top of the hour. That was fun. Let's do that again. And
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
do you have anything else to say, guys?
No,
Forza Juve.
Forza Juve. Good luck to Atalanta. They're gonna need it. It's probably gonna be tough.
Yep. What are they playing in the final? You know, do you guys
I don't
know?
know.
You know?
Okay.
Dublino. No, Dublino.
Dublino.
No, Dublin is Champions League, I think.
Somebody's playing Dublino. Well, whatever.
Okay. Bye, guys.
All right,
Thank you.
ciao.
Bye.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me, guys.
Ciao,
Good night.
ciao, ragazzi.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.